Hello everyone, and welcome to my Soaps General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers recap for Friday, October 4, shows that Violet Finn had to be picked up from school early for getting into a fight with a youngster called Garth. Since Garth labeled Hamilton Finn a drunk and kept going on about his stint in rehab, Violet struck him. Garth responded by spilling grape juice all over Violet, so Brooklyn Quartermain brought her upstairs to change. Harrison Chase commended Violet for telling them the truth, but he cautioned her that actions sometimes have repercussions. Brooklyn was frightened over a phone call that claimed the principal needed to meet Violet's guardian ASAP. At the gallery, Ava Jerome advised Rick Lansing not to check into who might have tampered with Heather Weber's results, as GH could block the case with their own attorneys. Rick recognized Ava must be protecting someone before he took out. Afterward, Ava paid a visit to Portia Robinson's office and called her out on the results tampering that Rick knew about. Portia tried to deny it at first, but Ava was confident it was Portia and didn't blame her for attempting to protect Trina Robinson. Ava made it apparent that she'd do everything to protect her own daughter and ultimately got Portia to realize she was responsible. Since Trina would blame herself if her mother's career tanked, Ava insisted she would aid her. With that in mind, Ava wanted Portia to leave this alone and avoid bringing attention to herself. Portia was apprehensive about Brad Cooper working at the lab now, not to mention Rick may poke around for Heather's sake. Ava felt she could handle Rick and soon got a phone call about him working to get the case reversed. As for Ava's secret companion, Rick said that individual might stay a mystery. Once Lucky Spencer made a visit to Sonny Corinthos' office, they embraced. Sonny thought Luke Spencer would be proud of Lucky for coming back, but Lucky felt that his dad would have been disappointed that he ever left. After Sonny gave Lucky a pep talk about fathers and sons, Lucky spent some time catching up with Isaiah Gannon at the hospital. Next, Trina tried to reschedule Giovanni Gio Palmieri's violin engagement at the gallery, but he was no longer interested since Ava shoved Christina Corinthos Davis out a window. Trina stomped off and began trying to book another violinist over the phone. Once Jocelyn Jacques came and noticed there was tension, she forced Gio and Trina to make up. In the end, Gio agreed to play the gig for Trina's sake and wait for the court to judge whether Ava was guilty. At Carly Spencer's residence, she welcomed Lucas Jones home. Lucas talked about leaving Boston and accepting a position at GH, since he was hoping to start new in Port Charles again. It was hard being around Wiley Corinthos after the baby exchange was discovered, but Lucas was ready to be an uncle now. Since Jocelyn provided him info on Carly and Sonny's suspected participation, Lucas fished for updates. However, Lucas ultimately decided he'd be returning for additional info later and wound up hunting Brad down at the hospital lab. Brad was happy to see Lucas, but his joy quickly changed to disappointment. That's because Lucas was merely there to straighten things up with his return to GA. Lucas would only interact with Brad regarding work and wanted nothing to do with him otherwise. Although Lucas didn't detest Brad, he was still focused on moving ahead instead of lingering on the past. Once Carly arrived at Pazzulo's, she talked to him about Alexis Davis and how vital it was to get her off the hook. Sonny felt the key was finding the gun that Alexis disposed of to prove it wasn't the one that killed John Jagger Cates. Carly feared what would happen if the weapon wasn't recovered, so Sonny swore to turn himself up if it came down to it. General Hospital spoilers claim Sonny could be forced into a confession if Alexis' position remains dire, so we'll bring you more predictions on all the drama. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, October 7, state that Willow Corinthos will try to put Drew Quartermaine out of her mind and focus on her family with Michael Jones is back in town and eager to play a role in Wiley Corinthos' life. There'll be some things for Michael and Willow to talk about. This could dig up some prior concerns for Michael when it comes to the pain of the baby switch, but it looks like Willow will suggest they can solve all this out together. In the interim, Lucas will head to the cemetery for a chat with Bobby Spencer's grave, so that's bound to be some emotional moments. Over with Harrison Chase and Brooklyn Quartermaine, they'll encounter some unexpected information from Violet Finn's principal. Brooklyn and Chase already received the news that Violet struck a kid called Garth for calling her daddy an alcoholic. Chase and Brooklyn had a great discussion with Violet, but that may not be enough to save her some big consequences at school. Guille's promo video shows Chase seeming bewildered as he asks inquiries. This might lead to the principal stating Violet's been expelled, especially if this isn't the first time a problem has come up since Hamilton Finn went to rehab. As for Violet, she'll seek Tracy Quartermaine's guidance on what to do if someone trashes Finn to her again. Lois Cirillo, Rena Sofer, will also experience an uncomfortable moment in Monday's GH episode, so we'll see if this includes the Violet drama or perhaps a hidden fact. The show's been hinting that Brooklyn might be Giovanni Gio Palmieri's biological mother, so Lois may be concerned if something happens to put that buried secret in peril. Elsewhere, Robert Scorpio will alert Diane Miller to the news that Holly Sutton is back in town, but he'll provide confidence when it comes to their relationship being on solid foundation. At Holly's hotel suite, she'll answer the door expecting room service and profess surprise when she sees someone else. It looks like it'll be Jack Brennan who shows up since he'll have a fascinating interaction with Holly on Monday's show. Next, Elizabeth Baldwin and Terry Randolph will look over Lucky Spencer's final test results as they hope everything will stay on schedule for Lulu Spencer's liver transplant. Finally, Lucky will get his long-awaited reunion with Aiden Weber, so he'll admit he owes his son a massive apology. This will be Lucky's first attempt to properly reconnect with Aiden and make things right, so we'll see how Aiden responds. General Hospital spoilers state Aiden may keep his guard up out of concern that Lucky may forsake him again, but our predictions point to them forming a better bond over time. General Hospital spoilers state Aiden may keep his guard up out of concern that Lucky may forsake him again, but our predictions point to them forming a better bond over time. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time.